We're now live, and good evening to the Downunder Mastermind call for the 18th of December 2014. And tonight we're going to cover a little bit about training in the back office, websites, videos and sharing and where we should share, and a little bit about Google Plus accounts. We'll start with the training. There's been a few queries lately that we've been getting from people that are wanting to create websites when they haven't finished their training. It's very important that you go through all the training in the back office, starting at module 1 through to 5, and complete that training before you start looking at marketing and worrying about getting on master marketing webinars and things like that. Founders calls are still good, but a lot of the other calls, you're probably wasting your time getting on until you've finished your training. You can come on these calls as well, and because we run these calls so that if you've got problems you can ask questions and get help. So until you finish the training, don't worry about the training modules 1 through 5, and until you've completed them, don't really worry about anything else. And get in the groups and ask questions if you've got problems with that training, because we're here to help. Do we have any questions on that? No. Another thing, websites. Actually, if I take this over to there, and we'll have a look, and we'll start with Stuart Ross's website. This might give you some ideas when you're creating your own website. That's Stuart's. It's but I would say it's a fairly clean website. Very few ads at all on it. If we have a look at Jay's, we have the my lead bar at the top. But again, he's fairly clean and just keeps it to his posts and not much banners and stuff. So that's probably a way that people are heading. I mean, less ads on your site and more content, and you can actually, if you want to promote stuff, you promote it in your blogs. Here's one from Greg and Fiona. I know they've got they're promoting their books and their Facebook stuff down the side, but I think this is their old website. I think they've created another website. I couldn't find it tonight though. That one there, Strong and Burr. This is looking like a even more modern. This particular website is Facebook and Google AdWords compliant. So they've been, Strom and Burr have been working with Google and Facebook to make sure that everything is compliant on their website, and they won't get banned for doing anything wrong or promoting anything. So if you want to have a look at a compliant website, I would suggest you go and have a look at that one. What else have we got? Net Savvy Mama, Marie. Again, she doesn't have much advertising down the sides. But yeah, what I've also been noticing is quite a few of the members have got these pop-up things down the bottom so that you can, contact me. I don't actually think it's a good idea. I've actually heard of people, as soon as they see pop-ups on sites, actually leaving the site and saying, oh, I'm not going back again, because they are, well, I find them very annoying, and I've heard other people find them annoying as well. So if you want people to visit your site, it may be a good idea to get rid of them, and just if people want to contact you, they can contact you and by clicking contact me. What is that? What's Mary got? We'll have a look. So she's got a Skype, an email and a phone number. I'm not sure what Stuart's got, but you can't contact him unless you go, you can get hold of him on Facebook. Joey, he's got contacts. So you can get hold of him by email or Facebook or Twitter. But yeah. Do we have any questions on websites? Anyone want to add anything? No?
Yeah, Robbie, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You were dropping in and out a lot when you were changing through those websites. I'll just reiterate with everyone that Robbie was talking about pop-ups. A lot of guys are putting that instantaneous pop-up on their website, and it's a contact pop-up where you can book an appointment or book a call or whatever, live chat, whatever. But it's a pop-up, and so it's okay to have a pop-up if you want. But the problem with pop-ups is there are a lot of people who don't like pop-ups on websites. When they click on a website link, they think they're going to a specific part of that website to get the information that you have told them that they're going to get in that link. And so they click on that link, and then the first thing that shows up in their face is a pop-up box, saying, make an appointment, contact me, blah, blah, blah. And that can be really frustrating, because a lot of the times when a person clicks on a website link, they're expecting you to get a certain type of information, and instead they get a pop-up in their face. And if people click off of your website too quickly, too often, because when they come to your website, the first thing they see is a pop-up, and that's not what they want. They don't want to contact you. They don't want to book an appointment with you. They just want to read this particular blog information or this home page or this mission statement or whatever the information is that you've advertised. And what that does is it gives your website a bounce rate in the search engine, and too high a bounce rate in the search engine will actually slide your page way back down in the rankings. And it can drive your website ranking way back down into the hundreds, even the thousands, because what that says to the search engine is you don't have a valuable website, because people aren't staying on your website long enough to read any of your information. So that immediately notifies the computers that, oh, this must be a bad website, people don't like it. Your goal with your website, no matter how basic or expensive it is, your primary goal with your website when you're driving traffic to your website is to have somebody on your website for a minimum of 3 to 5 minutes, minimum. So if you're doing some, social media stuff, and you're sharing a link to a blog or a link to a portion of a page that has information, you're talking about that information, you've shared a picture about that information, and that person clicks on that link thinking they're going to get that information, that's what they need to see, is that information. They don't need to see a pop-up box from you straight away, because they're not going to your website to make an appointment with you straight away. They're going to your website to see that relevant information to them that you have displayed to them. And I hope that's making sense to everyone. So if you're going to use pop-ups on your site, I would suggest that you do some research, do some training, and learn how to reschedule those pop-up boxes so that they don't show up the minute a person comes to your website. So you know how to time that pop-up. So maybe that pop-up can pop up within 5 minutes or 4 minutes. But yes, if you're going to use pop-ups, I would make sure that you schedule your pop-up and make sure that it doesn't pop straight up into the person's face the minute they come to your website, because I really don't think that's what websites are about. That's not what a storefront is about. I mean, if you're going to a shop, say you go into a shopping centre and you're walking into a clothes shop, if you haven't even managed to get past the front doorway and you have a salesperson jumping all over you saying, oh, well, try this on, this will look great on you, come with me, and you haven't even had a chance to look at anything, and you're specifically going into that store to purchase something and you want to have a look at it before you purchase it, it's going to really piss you off. You need to turn around and walk back out of the store. And the same thing's going to happen to your website. Your website is your store. That is your shop front. That is your home. And I'm pretty sure that when a friend rings you on the telephone, you don't turn around and send them a voice-automated message straight away saying, oh, you'll have to make an appointment to talk to me. You're going to lose your friends pretty quick. When your family come and visit you for Christmas, you don't stand at the front door and go, just go back down the road and make an appointment with me.
Well said, Sandra.
Anyway, that's obviously, my view on pop-ups.
Thank you, Sandra.
And there's a lot of people agree just reading the comments. So what does that tell you? When you finish tonight, go and remove the pop-ups off your page, if you have them. I can't, I don't have one on mine.
Or reschedule them so that they don't pop up straight away in a person's face, maybe 5 or 10 minutes down the track. Possibly 10 minutes. I'd say I'd schedule it for 10 minutes, because if somebody's been on your website for 10 minutes and a little pop-up box comes up saying, hi, would you like to have a chat, make an appointment, talk to me on Skype or contact me or whatever, I reckon, if that person's been on your site for about 10 minutes, they'd probably be pretty much ready to possibly contact you. But, don't have pop-ups pop up on your website immediately. Not a good idea. Not a good idea, because you're trying to build a relationship with people. And, I've never built a relationship or made a friend by saying to them, look, I'd really like to be your friend, but you have to make an appointment with me first. I've never made a friend that way. So, and even when I was in the sales game and I was selling encyclopedias door to door, I found it very, very hard to get people to make an appointment with me unless I first built a relationship with them. So sometimes I would have maybe 2 or 3 or even 4 phone conversations from the office with a family before they would actually feel comfortable enough to make an appointment for me to come out and actually show them the package that we had and what it was going to cost them and whether or not it would be suitable for them and their family. And Robbie, your audio is really, really bad. It's dropping in and out. May I suggest that any tabs you have open, you shut them down that you don't need, and just keep the tabs open that you need. That may help, because when you're flicking through the websites, we're sort of losing your audio completely.
All right.
Sweet.
I've just closed them all down.
Awesome. You sound a lot better too.
Oh, cool. Who was that?
I don't know, but you can continue with the webinar.
I was just clicking on some buttons, getting into YouTube. Oh, it's not playing games. I forget that. Yes, hang on. Do you have any questions while I'm playing around?
I do, Robbie.
Yep.
Actually, this is to Sandra. Sandra, I did send you a message, but I'm not sure whether you got it or not. It was just, it was to do with my website. And after the modules, I installed just the SFM Authority site, the very basic one. And just had a bit of a, as I said in my message, just a bit of a rethink on what direction I want to go in, and it's completely different to how I started. So I did send a message to support, and what they said to me was that I could just they talked about importing like everything that I've got on there to my new website, which I understood kind of that part, but I've got to like learn how to import, which is fine. But I guess I need to pick a website first, so I've got it. I need to have another website so I can import my content over. So do I just reinstall another website? And I still want to keep the same domain name, so do I just go in and pick another website? Is that how that works?
Okay. So you don't like the thing that you've got. You don't like the SFM Authority thing.
I actually was thinking, you know, I really was going through the modules full on student mode, and I think that's maybe that's what a lot of people do until they really find what they're all about and what they want to promote. Okay. You know what I mean? And to me, I would just prefer something a bit more modern.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Well, the SFM Authority theme that they use is a child theme of the Genesis theme. Genesis is being the mother of the SFM Authority Metro theme. So it's one of the most modern themes that you can get. However, if you don't understand mother and child themes, you will struggle to customize the theme. You can customize Metro. It is a very modern theme, and a lot of companies and business people use it, and a lot of the times you wouldn't even know it was a Metro theme. But if it is not you, what you can do is, if you do not have a lot of stuff on your website right now, Leanne, what you can do, like how many blogs would you have? 2 or 3, 4 or 5, 30?
About seven.
About 7, okay. What you do is you go into your dashboard.
Yep.
And in your dashboard of your website, you'll see a section that says, in the menu there, the left-hand menu, you'll see something that says Tools.
Yep.
If you click on Tools, it will open up and you will see Import, Export. You will need to activate that. It's a WordPress plugin, comes standard with all themes. So you will click on Export, and that will activate that plugin side of the WordPress dashboard. Once that's activated, you will be able to, you just follow the steps to activate it. You'll be able to come back and click on Export again, and that will open up the export option. You can export pages, you can export just your blog posts. So if you don't like anything on the Six-Figure Mentors Authority theme, you can just export your blog posts. So you will click on Export, and what that will do is it will open up, it's sort of like downloading a PDF to your website, like to your computer. So it'll open up like that, as if you're going to download, and you can choose all your blog posts or specific blog posts. So you choose all your blog posts, click on Save, and make sure you save it into like a download folder or a document folder, and then it'll download all those blog posts in a zip folder. Make sure you've named it. Make sure you can write down what name it's saving in. Write down on a notepad, or write down where it's saving. download that, and like I said, you can do the same with pages. Once you've downloaded the information that you want off your website, then you can go back to your website and you can click on appearance, and then you can click on themes.
Yeah.
Once you click on themes, even though, because once you've installed SFM Authority, it's installed WordPress and everything onto that domain. Once you click on themes, the themes page will open up, and you can start going through the themes, and you can preview themes and have a look and find the theme that you feel will suit you best.
Right.
Now keep in mind, each theme will do a different thing. So if you want a website with a big, huge banner across the top, you'll look at themes like the 2010 or the 2011 theme. Because as you can see by both of those, they both have big banners across the top. You know, so
I think you've dropped out, Sandra. Is anyone there?
will need to be able to, when you upload your blogs, you'll probably need to update any links you've got in there. So you'll probably need to do a little bit of work and go through your blogs, and any links, hyperlinks you had in your blogs, or banner links that you had in your blogs, you may have to redo those. So you'll need to do a little bit of work, a little bit of touch-up work if you're going to change themes.
Uh-huh.
And you may, because it doesn't, because themes are different, each theme has its own different framework, you can't just sort of completely click and change. I mean, you could have a look and see what happens. So, you've got your SFM Authority site, and instead of downloading just your blogs to your website, you could just click on a theme. You could just go into themes, have a look at your different themes, and choose a theme that you think you want. And, you can preview it and see what your website, the way it is now, will look like on that theme. You may lose some detail and stuff, and still have to do a little bit of editing, but you can do it that way too. So you can just choose another theme.
Okay.
So you don't even have to do exporting and importing and stuff like that.
Sounds like a lot of work to change it.
It's actually not a lot of work to change it if you know what you're doing, but you need to understand that there is going to be a little bit of editing and fixing up and stuff like that you are going to have to do. It's just that simple. That's the way it is.
Yep.
But you can customize your Metro theme. Like, on the Metro theme, like up the top, you've got that square box that shows your name. And then over to the right, you've got Living the Laptop Lifestyle. Well, you can take away that widget at the top of the Metro theme, the website that you're given with the SFM Authority site. You can take away that, Living the Laptop Lifestyle. You can go in the graphics creator, you can create a banner, and you can come back into the Metro theme and you can put up your own banner and take away that square looking box. You can change the colour at the back of your website to white if you want it, so it's nice clean line, just a complete white website. Or you can upload a picture to the back of the website. You can change, there will be different things you can do with that website. You can take away the SFM widgets and banners that you don't want. You can drop the My Lead Bar. I don't use the My Lead Bar on my SFM Authority site. I've got the standard Metro Theme Authority site, but I took down the My Lead Bar because I don't like the look of it. Even when I was customizing it and changing the colour and stuff, I didn't like the look of it, so I went into My Lead Bar and I switched it off. And then I put my own little banner up the top. So you can customize it. And I mean, if you guys want me to go into the Metro theme and do a little bit of a tutorial video and show you the different ways you can play around with it, I'm happy to do that.
Could you? I'd like that, Sandra, if you could, please. That would be great.
Okay.
Yes, that would be really helpful.
All right, well, I will do that. I can do that for you because I've only just started building that Metro theme myself. So I will go in and I will just do a basic tutorial and show you guys how you can change the complete look. Mine's independent marketing, Robbie. That's my Sandra Lemming site.
Yeah.
Independentmarketing.com is what you want to show the Metro theme. That's the 2014 theme. Yeah. With an A, independent with an A. It's misspelled.
What's that?
D-A-N-T. I-N-D-E-N-D-A-N-T. Independent marketing. Yeah. .com.
The spelling, independent, you are writing a wrong spelling. It's independent.
Yeah. Robbie spelled it wrong. He'll get it right in a minute. I-N-D-E.
No pressure, Robbie.
I-N-D. But what I'll do, guys, if there's enough of you who want that, I'll go in and I'll do that. I'll do a tutorial video, and I'll just play around with some things in the Metro theme that show you how easy it is to customize it and personalize it and make it look a lot more like your own.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Cool,
That would be great, you know, the same way.
All right, well, I shall do that because I've already got the settings that I'm using at the moment written down in a notebook, because whenever I build a website, I always write my settings down in a notebook. I write down my color numbers and all of that sort of stuff, so that if I do play around with the website, I've got my original notes there of colors and sizings and all of that sort of stuff. And I suggest everyone do that as they start out, because it's a good habit to get into, because if you do change it or something happens with a glitch or whatever and you come there and your website isn't exactly the same, you just flip open your book that's got your original settings on it the way that you like it, and you just type in your original settings, and you can easily get your website back to the way it should be. So, all right, Robbie, what's next? Unless anyone else has any more questions about websites. Did somebody just ask me a question?
Yeah, I got
you
it.
have a recording of how to create a lead capture page for your front page of your website. Maria, I don't use a lead capture page on my website. I mean, I have a link. I do use links in banners and pictures that do go to lead capture pages, but I don't specifically host a lead capture page on my website at all. One, because Google doesn't like it. Two, because Google has banned advertising accounts because of it. And three, I don't feel that, for me personally, it is me. It's not me. Like the people that I attract wouldn't appreciate a lead capture page. So I don't use a lead capture page on my website. But I'm sure there's plenty of videos there. I'm pretty sure I've seen Steve Greenhalgh on Steve Greenhalgh's YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure I've seen one or two videos where he's actually explaining how to actually build a lead capture page and install it on your website. I'll see if I can find the videos and share them in the group for you guys.
That would be fantastic, Sandra.
That's all right. No, I don't have the guys leaning against their posh cars. As you can see, I've been playing around with different banners on the website. I don't like the posh cars. on the right hand side. So I've got the Namecheap banner up the top there because I buy all my domains from Namecheap, and anyone who clicks on that Namecheap banner and purchases a domain, that's my affiliate link, and I get money off of that. So, you know, I have the Namecheap banner there. I have it on a few other websites. So every time somebody registers there for a domain name, purchases a domain name, I get a commission off Namecheap. I've got a few people who are hosting websites with Namecheap that I get monthly income from. I've used the Proven Steps banner there up the top because it goes to the video webinars, and that seems to be quite successful at the moment. But yeah, I'm just playing around with the website at the moment, so it'll be quite easy.
Yeah, you've dropped out again, I think, Sandra. I can't hear. I don't know whether anyone else can.
Bigger. So, but yeah, not a problem. Okay, now I think that's about all the questions there.
All right. Videos. Once you, well, we've got quite a few people that are doing the 90-day challenge or have completed the 90-day challenge. But I see most of you, I think a lot of you don't use YouTube. But it's probably a good idea to use YouTube because, one, it's owned by Google, and two, it's the second biggest search engine in the world, behind Google. And when you post on YouTube or upload it to YouTube, it automatically puts a post on your Google Plus channel. That's if you, when you're uploading, there's a little box that you leave a comment. I was going to actually upload a video so I could show you, but I ran out of time tonight. But if you put a comment on here, if I leave a comment on here, and it's got that little box down there, you can tap and it will share it on Google Plus. So if I then put post, it will automatically share that comment and that video to my G Plus page. Once you've done that, you probably want to share it on Facebook, and by clicking the share button there, you can either use your URL, and you click, you don't want it as a playlist, copy that URL and go and share it on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you like. And you can also go and share it in the back office, in the community, because Irene has been wanting people to share their videos in the back office so that all our members get to see them. Because believe it or not, some of you have got some quite good information that's worth sharing, and some of your videos that I watch are quite worth listening to. So sharing them in the wider community is probably a good idea, and if you upload them to YouTube, then go and take that link take that link there and share it in the back office and publish it in there, then more people will actually get to watch your videos. And where are we? And did you have anything to add on that, Sandra? Are you there?
Just that I hardly heard anything that you said.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, yeah? So I was dropping out again.
Yeah, when you're trying to change in between pages and scroll, it wiped out your audio and you get really crackly and muffled.
Oh. So I don't know what I must say.
I know, Robbie, maybe you could do a tutorial about the video side of things.
I could too. I'll do a video and go through the process of how I do it. And I'll publish it on our YouTube channel. So I'll shoot a video.
Use it in a blog on the Downunder marketing website.
Yeah, exactly. And so what I'll do is I'll shoot a video and I'll upload it, and then I'll go through the sharing process of where to share it and how to share it. Sound like a plan?
That would be very helpful. Very helpful.
Yeah.
Not a problem. I'll get that done next week. Before our call next week.
Are you going to have a call next week? It'll be Christmas Day.
Yeah. I don't miss calls.
Oh, come on.
If you want to join me on Christmas Day, I wish you a Merry Christmas. But yes, we have a call on Christmas Day.
What a group.
I know. We are consistent. I don't think I've missed a call in the last year.
Well done, Robbie.
Yeah, I'll work on it. So do you have any questions there?
No, I think if you do the little training video for us, that will just reinforce what
but I mean, any questions in general that people are having issues with at the moment?
Yeah, I've got a question here that I'm going to answer, Robbie. For Maria, she has asked random question. Does anyone know where you can share your blogs outside of sharing them with you all and on business pages? Yes, you share your blogs on all social media sites that you are connected with. Now, on your social media platforms, you should not only have, you shouldn't focus on just having SFM members. You should be trying to build your social media platforms, G+, Twitter, Facebook. You should also be trying to build that side of your social media business with contacts and connections that are outside the SFM community. Now, it's good to have a lot of SFM members like your fan page and come and comment on your stuff and share your stuff, because that helps with your advertising as you're trying to build your page. But as you're advertising your page, you must think about your target market. G+ is a great place to share your blogs. There's also communities on G+ where you can share your blog posts, specifically designed for people who write blogs. There's a lot of very good penmanship happening in the world of blogs that get shared in G+ communities. There's also your groups on Facebook. Join some groups as yourself, and when you share your blog on your social media Facebook fan page, share that post in some of those groups so some of those people can read it. There's also blog subscription places that you can pay to join, and they'll actually randomly share your blog with just random anyone. You can't target market, but they'll just randomly share it. Stumble Upon is another good platform to actually join. You can't zoom in and specifically target, but you can pretty much share any web page, blog, or anything that you come across along the internet onto Stumble Upon. You can use plugins like Jetpack on your website that you can set up to automatically share your blog posts when you write them to all these social medium forums if you want. Now, I will say that if you're going to go into that form of automation and use things like Jetpack, make sure you do check your plugins in your website regularly. Otherwise, you could end up having what happened to my daughter just recently, because she automated some things. She automated Pinterest, G+, Facebook, Twitter, and her website. And what happens was she had a plugin that would share her pin as a blog post to her website. Then she had another plugin that would automatically share that out to Facebook and Twitter and G+ and everything. And in 2 days, what had happened was something had gone wrong with one of those plugins, the RSS plugin from Pinterest to her website, and just the one blog post, the same blog post shared on her G+ page, her Twitter page, and her Facebook fan page 68 times in just under 2 days on each page. That's not a culmination. So, and she had 68 blog posts coming up as well of exactly the same pin from Pinterest. So if you want to go automated in this business, you do have to check on these things. Now, she's picked up on it, she's checked on it, she's gone in and fixed it up. But it's technology, guys. That's what it is. There are pins to do there. There are plugins to do just about anything with your website. But don't just think that you can put a couple of plugins there and pay for a few things and then walk away and never check on it ever again. Because otherwise something like that could happen. And that could have just simply been because of an algorithm change in Pinterest or, or one of the search engines, the website, the web, Could have just been something as simple as that, or it could have been an update on a plugin or whatever. And simple little things, changes in coding, can throw that sort of stuff out. And if you're not regularly maintaining your website and your plugins that you're using to automate everything, you could come along like that and have to sit there and delete over 60 posts off your website that they're all identical, and then go and do the same on your G+ page and do the same on your Facebook. Now, it's okay on your website because you can do, you can just bulk delete. But, it's going to be an arduous task sitting there on Facebook and G+, deleting 60-odd posts on one page that are all exactly the same. So, yes, Marie, in answer to your question, you share in your own social networks. You try and drive traffic to your website. You should already have a G+ profile set up by now. I don't care whether it's a business page or a personal profile. But you should already have your G+ profile set up. If you have a website, you should have that G+ profile set up. You should have that website and that G+ profile linked and hooked up together. They should be linked and hooked together so you are registered within Google. You should have your analytics code already installed in your website. You should have your webmaster key already installed on your website. So you are now being picked up by the spiders of Google. You are being recognized by Bing. You should have all of that done. That should be done. Because if you haven't got your G+ profile set up and you're saying to yourself, oh no, I just want to do Facebook, I'm not going to do G+, crazy you, because a G+ post, you can put a G+ post up on G+ and it can rank on page number 1 on Google within less than 8 hours. And if that G+ profile is linked to your website, because you've gone and taken the time, the 5 minutes to link them, then you've just pulled your website up in the rankings as well.
Yeah.
So when I say G+, people, I'm serious. You need to get that G+. I don't care if it's just a plain profile. Get it up, get it happening, and get your circles on there. Robbie's been following me, and just the other night, Robbie caught on to something that I shared on my G+ page. He happened to comment on that particular post. Now, since Robbie commented on that post and he has been pulled into that circle, he has exponentially increased his followers on his G+ profile by what, 50 a day, Robbie?
Yeah, I've heard that by adding that one circle, I've probably had about 80 new followers. 80 people add me to circles.
And that's what, in 24 hours?
About 2 days.
So 2 days, 24 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, there are a lot of really influential people on G+, especially business people. So if you set up a G+ profile, like I said, I don't care if it's just a personal profile. And I don't care, you don't have to add your family and friends to it if you don't want to. You can just zoom in and just target people that you feel, you know, you're connected with, like-minded. Go through the posts on G+. Find posts that, you know, that connect with you, that aspire with you, that, you know, that do something for you.
Search the hashtags.
Mention them, yeah, search the hashtags on G+.
Find
That's
comments, share
getting
them,
a little bit
like
advanced.
them. Yeah.
That's getting a little bit advanced for people who haven't got a G+ page yet.
Yeah.
But G+ is a great place to share a blog post because people actually click on that and go through to your website, and that's an actual visit to your website. And then they're on your website for a few minutes reading that blog post, and more often than not, they'll actually look at a couple more of your blog posts. And like I said, that's how I get my 100+ leads. That's how I got it, was through G+. I shared my blog posts on G+. I drove traffic from G+ to my website, and I have my website set up so people can sign in and follow and get a newsletter and stuff, and that's how I get my 100 to 150 leads without fail, minimum. Week in, week out is from what I did with G+. Had nothing to do with Facebook and sinking shitloads of money into Facebook. It was all through G+. You can also share blog posts when you upload a video to YouTube. You know, if you do a YouTube video and something in that video relates to a blog post that you've written, I don't care if you wrote that blog post a year ago. If you do a YouTube video and there's something in that video that relates to a blog post that you did a year ago, well, hell, get that blog post link, and that should be the first thing that is in the description when you write your description for your video. And every video you post onto YouTube, you should put a description and try and get try and do as good a description as you can, and try and make sure that you have have a few of your keywords in your description that are in your title. So think about the titles of your YouTube videos, you know, and how you title them. Yeah, so, you know, loading your videos up to YouTube and going day 30 of the 90-day challenge. Think about that. You know, how is that going to drive traffic to your YouTube channel? Is a normal everyday person outside the SFM going to go to YouTube and type in looking for videos that are 90-day challenges?
That's a good way of putting it.
I'll type in 28/90 because I want to know what's happening on 28/90.
You know, so just think about it from not an SFM member point of view, but think about it from people you would like to attract into your fold. You know, you'd like people to start signing up for your, to become your members. So think about a customer and what they would search into YouTube as a search term. Because your YouTube search term is exactly the same as Google, Bing, or anything else. You'll type in something relevant, whether it be a phrase, a sentence, or whatever, to bring up exactly what you're looking for. So your title of your videos should be, you should keep that in mind when you're titling your videos. When you're talking about stuff in your videos, like I said, if you have a blog post, that blog post link should be the first thing they see in the description. The description that you talk about, where you're talking about the video, it should have your keywords that you've got in your title of your YouTube video. They should be in your description as well. Don't forget to put tags, because your description is like a mini blog about your video, and your tags are exactly the same as the tags that you put on your website blogs. It makes it easier for people to find them. It helps with your SEO. So don't be afraid to use a good heading for your video, a good description, And always, always, always the first line of your description must go back to your website. It must. You should have your website link there. That should be the very first line in any description you put up on your video, whether it be in Vimeo or YouTube. Because that way you give the people the option to click on that link and go to your website. So if they like, if they like what they're seeing in your video, they're going to be more than likely clicking on your link, which is the very first thing they see, and going to where that link takes them to. A lot of people use landing page links above their descriptions. I warn you now, do not do that on YouTube. One, it does not get you anything bar trolls, leaving you trolly comments underneath your video and blasting you for being an underhanded marketer. And two, it will get you shut down with YouTube quicker than you can blink an eye. So only your website link or a blog post link, and that should be your first line of your description.
And tell them to click on it. So at the call to action at the end of the video, so click on the link below and visit my website. Or tell them to leave a comment or like your video. You don't tell them, they won't do it.
Sandra?
Yes.
Rex Taylor.
I know that voice anywhere, Rex.
Are you married?
Oh.
No, I'm not.
Right. You could be my third wife after that dissertation about all that. Now, question. It's me being silly but sensible. We're embarking on our first Facebook adverts with our avatar and so forth. Now, we're going in at $10 a day because we've got that sort of budget. If one of them works, and we get responses from $10 a day over a week, does it make it more effective if we then invest $50 a day for a set period of time, or does it not work like that?
Exactly, Rex. With your split testing, you're running your ad. If in 3 days, 2 to 3 days, you see that working and you're actually getting leads, good quality leads, scale your advertising up for sure. Scale it up, whether it be spending $20 to $50 a day, or taking that ad and breaking it down even further and running it for mobile devices only.
Right.
So you may run that ad as 3 different ads. So you may set it up for desktops, you may set it up for mobile devices, you may set it up to target women only, you may set it up to target men, and you may spread your marketing budget over those. But scale your advertising up, definitely. If your ad is working, scale up.
That's all I wanted to hear, because I think most people know that Amy Taylor is my daughter, but she's in London. We have such difficulty connecting up with each other. But that's it, the answer to the question I wanted. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sandra, do you know if there's people out there, like community members, that have had success with advertising on mobile devices, like mobile phones and stuff?
I know that Guy and Alan, when they used to be on Facebook, they did have a bit of success with advertising on mobile devices.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone else in the SFM community has specifically tried targeting just mobile devices.
Yeah, I just never hear of it mentioned, that's all.
Just keep in mind, I mean, when you're watching adverts on TV and listening to adverts on radios and different things that you'll see, you'll notice that a lot of the time, especially on current affair programs and stuff like that. Now, I don't suggest people watch the news for the newsworthy stories, because most of the commercial news channels are pretty much propaganda. They're commercial news channels. They've got to fight for ratings, and they're trying to win awards and stuff. So a lot of the news, they will respin the news and gear it a specific way so that they get the maximum effect from it. They basically market a news story. So a lot of the times the news story is not a real news story. It's off the truth. But if you watch different business news programs and stuff like that, you will hear them talk about the increased traffic coming through via mobile devices. There was one business news program I watched on the ABC at 1 o'clock this morning, and they were saying that, the amount of Christmas shopping done this year online had increased by 26% from last year. So stores, brick and mortar stores have now lost 26%, that 26%, because that 26% increase has shopped online. Now last year, over Christmas, a whopping, here in Australia, a whopping 42% of people did most of their Christmas shopping online. Now that's increased by 26%. So that's gone up over the 60% mark. So, it is beneficial to at least make sure your website and your ad is readable on a mobile device.
Yeah.
So even if you're only targeting like a desktop, you just, you set it up for a desktop, at least click before you pay and everything, at least click on how it looks on a mobile device to sort of make sure it's actually readable on a mobile device.
Yeah.
To the basics of it. But look, mobile advertising directly to mobile devices is another whole world. It's a whole new world of courses. It is very, it's very complicated. There's a lot involved to specifically just do mobile devices advertising. I mean, hell, that's why I have my old-fashioned mobile phone that doesn't have the internet and doesn't have pictures or anything. And even with that, I have companies trying to advertise to me via text message on my basic old phone. And because it's a phone that doesn't even accept coloured pictures, it only accepts pictures of stick men and stuff, their advertising is wasted. So they're spending money sending advertising to SMS text messaging advertising to my phone, and I can't even see it. So, but no, on Facebook, you can actually choose to, show it to just mobile devices or just desktop feeds, or you can split it and have desktop and mobile feeds. But when you're doing an ad on your laptop or your computer for Facebook, you can actually click on the mobile feed and see what it's going to look like in like iPads and phones. And, a lot of the times the ad that you get does look pretty good on a mobile device because Facebook is so mobile friendly. So, but if you're talking about mobile advertising, well, that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
As with everything else, though, keep it simple.
Yeah, definitely.
The whole KISS theory.
Yeah. And can I just improve on that, because I remember a training course in England several years ago, and he said, we all know to be keep it simple, stupid. Well, I don't like that. I prefer keep it simple, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Well, it's less confrontational.
Nice. You should go into Graphics Creator and create a little picture banner with that, and you could probably use that in some advertising.
Yeah, I think, well, yes, thank you for that suggestion. I come up with these ideas and thoughts, and I think, oh, Christ, I should do that myself. Thank you, Estelle.
You're welcome.
Is Mona here?
I think Mona dropped out.
Because I've got to be honest, Henry and I, we were sitting here watching Stephen Fry in the City of London, and suddenly got a message from Mona, which was on the thing, because we fixed up her website today for her, or Henry did, and I thought, oh shit, the meeting, and we came in late. What time did you guys start?
Oh, about 11? Well, it's 11 my time, about an hour ago.
Yeah, about 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it about 9:15.
Yeah.
Sandra, there's a message, I don't know if you've seen it, and a question from, is it DeLuca?
DeLuca,
Yeah. Talking about
in Module 4.
solo ads.
Yes.
What I'll say is you want to watch the video in Module 4 that Stuart Ross done, Are Solo Ads Dead? The feedback that a lot of members have talked about solo ads being dead are solo ads like safe swaps or whatever they like to call themselves now, and that's where you're marketing to internet marketers or lists of people that are in the internet marketing niche. Whereas if you listen to Stuart's video, he talks about finding what your avatar is interested in and approaching people with websites that they're interested in. For example, the people you're interested in might have a site interested in cars or something. So you might go to Top Gear. Probably you won't get on Top Gear, but a motoring blog and be able to put a solo ad in front of motoring people, for example. Or, depending on what your avatar is interested in, target them away from internet marketing. But you go and watch it.
Robbie,
Yep.
soften your voice a little bit because that might improve the quality. Just soften your voice a little bit.
All right.
Yeah, you just sort of, I was just going to say, Robbie. And I'll just add to that, DeLuca, because you asked strategies, which is the best strategy. Okay. A lot of new people ask this question all the time. And I will give you exactly the same answer that Stuart Ross will give you. What strategy is best will depend on you. I have a strategy that I use, but I could probably guarantee you that my strategy won't work for you because my strategy is geared towards my business, my products, and myself, and I'm attracting people who are similar to me, who have the same interests as me. The strategies I use are G+ and my website and social media. I use social media. I don't use solo ads. I've never used solo ads. I never liked the concept of solo ads. It's basically, to me, it's basically email marketing. And I was never one personally to open a lot of those emails or even subscribe to a lot of those emails. So I didn't feel that solo advertising would be good for me. Marie Santos, she has a different strategy. She does article marketing. She pays to do she pays and does article marketing. That strategy works really, really effectively for Marie. But whatever strategy you decide to go with, whether it be online strategy or offline strategy or half and half, don't forget your offline strategy. There is an offline strategy. I carry business cards with me everywhere. And my business cards are magnetic business cards. So, if I go over, if I'm invited to, and over Christmas time you do get invited to a lot of friends' houses and people's places for parties and stuff like that, I'll take a magnetic business card with me and I'll whack it on their fridge. When I go out and about around the shops, and people, talk to me or whatever, I hand over magnetic business cards. I have pens. I get pens done up with my name of my business and my website on it. And I hand out pens, because buying in bulk, I get them pretty cheap. They're all marketing strategies, and they all work for different people effectively, but definitely always have at least business cards in your pocket when you're out and about, so you have an offline marketing strategy. There are also your magazines in your news agents. If you're struggling with strategy or your avatar, go into a news agent and stand there and think to yourself, what magazines do I like to read? And go and have a look at those magazines and then write down their websites. Go and have a look at their websites and have a look at the type of people leaving comments and think, well, is this my avatar? Are these the people that I need to be advertising to? I know that they hang out here. These people are interested in this thing, so am I. They hang out here. They're commenting on here. See if they happen to be, check the website comment thread. Is it a discuss comment thread? If it's a discuss comment thread, set up your own discuss profile. Go into discuss. Find those people that are leaving comments so that you may think may be your avatar on that magazine website. Go into discuss. Follow those people. Find them in discuss. Find their profiles in discuss. Follow them. And see whereabouts else on the internet that they go. And have a look at the different marketing avenues available in those areas. Because I can tell you right now, if your avatar does not hang out on Facebook, you are wasting your freaking money advertising on Facebook. And there are a lot of people, just because they claim that there's billions of people on Facebook, don't forget from the old days, there are people on Facebook that have more than one profile. Facebook ain't taking that into account. So whatever number they tell you that they have as far as members go, you could probably shave to easily 30% off the top of that.
Also, if I
fake
can...
profiles, unused profiles, or triplicates, or doubles.
Yeah. And sorry, I just wanted to add, we were advised to advertise on Facebook to no more than something like 5 to 10,000 max. Would you agree with that?
Well, I wouldn't advertise to a huge audience. I mean, you could do your test marketing to a huge audience. So, say you're putting together an ad and you're trying to gather data. You could advertise that for say $2.50, $3 a day for say 4 days. Not aiming to get any money back from that ad, but just gather information.
But what's the logic behind that, though?
Okay, the logic behind that is you can then, when you actually do advertising, you can then actually create custom audiences in Facebook.
Yeah.
And so then when you do advertise, you're actually advertising to target audiences. Like, I think I was watching Guy one time, and I'm pretty sure he had about 27 different custom audiences because they were running Facebook fan pages in several different niches. They were in the dog washing niche, and they were in the tennis playing niche, and the fitness niche, and the golfing niche, and they also had the internet marketing niche with their Satori Prime and several other niches.
Yeah.
So you'll do a different fan page up for different niches that you're in.
Yeah, that is obviously very logically sound, isn't it? What was I going to say?
But that's what you collect your data for, Rex, is so because Facebook in your Power Editor, Facebook will help you actually create audiences. And they'll help you do that, but you need data in your Power Editor or your Ads Manager. You'll need data, collect the data from test ads in your Power Editor to then start being able to create, to have Facebook help you create custom audiences.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sandra, talking about advertising, what about e-zine advertising? How does that compare to some of the stuff you're talking about?
Can you just speak up a little bit, Linda?
Oh, okay. I was just asking about, is it e-zine or e-zine magazine advertising?
I have never personally used that myself either. I think it's similar to, I think it's a smaller version of article marketing, isn't it, Robbie?
Yeah, it's the same thing as article marketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Marie's done a bit of it.
Yeah, Marie I think she started out with enzymes, didn't she?
Yeah.
But then you have banner advertising too.
Yeah,
Are there any
Go,
books
Rex.
out there that explain all this sort of shit to everybody?
Look, I'm sure you'll find some PDF downloads and stuff like that. You just have to land on the right website.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're on a website, have a look in the right-hand column and see what sort of PDF downloads they have. I mean, Joe Barnes, Robbie and I both follow Joe Barnes. We've both done a course with Joe Barnes. Quite often she'll give away free PDFs, which are like books, that explain, you know, these sorts of things. She won't cover all the subjects in one PDF. She'll just target one subject. So she may talk about, you know,
She did one on power, didn't she?
Yeah. You know, Derek Halpin, I'm pretty sure you'll see some PDFs that he puts out sometimes. It's just a matter of when you're flipping around on websites to leave a, you know, to leave a comment, so you're getting yourself out there, you're getting your name out there and linking yourself to websites and stuff. Have a look and see what sort of PDFs they have. Keep an eye on the posts on Facebook and stuff like that, because sometimes some of the guys there, Jason Hornung and, you know, Ryan Dice and stuff like that, will give away free PDFs. I'll have a look and see what PDFs I've got. I know I've got shitloads. You know, I've even got a course there, I think, from Ryan Dice on how to best gear your Twitter advertising. And I think I paid like $5 for that. I haven't done it yet because at the time when I got it, not everyone could advertise on Twitter in Australia. Only a few of us were able to advertise. And it was a case study and a course that, like a sort of PDF type course that he did in conjunction with Twitter, because Twitter actually used him as a case study because he was doing so well with his advertising on Twitter. I've got that stashed away. So yeah, keep your eyes open, click on things, because sometimes you can pick up stuff for $5, $6. Sometimes you can get it for free. And a lot of these PDFs are generally book size.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you for that. And listen, would you excuse us if we leave, because we're on the Founders Call in the morning too.
Yes, you are. Yes, and I was just going to say, you know, we probably should wrap this up so anyone who's wanting to be on the Founders Call can actually get themselves some sleep.
So, happy Christmas to you all, and see you in the morning if we don't.
Thank you, Rex. Good night.
See you, Rex.
All right, Rex. Good night, Rex.